In all these years, I've never seen an opportunity as we see today in Iran. The Iranian people are more than ever committed to bring an end to this regime, as the world has witnessed in the last few days. The level of demonstrations unprecedented in Iran, over 100 cities and millions of people on the street chanting death to the dictator, an end to this regime. And by God, it is about time that Iran gets its opportunity to free itself from a tyrannical regime.
Is Iran on the verge of collapse? Check out this great clip with Reza Pahlavi, the Crown Prince of Iran, speaking with Sean Hannity. We'll watch the clip together and then talk about it. But first, hit that subscribe button over there in the corner. We'd love to stay in touch. Check this out.
All right, we turn our attention back to Iran tonight. We're getting multiple reports. The radical government there is now potentially on the verge of collapse. Here with reaction, the leader of the Iranian opposition, Crown Prince Reza Pahlavi, is with us. Reza, good to talk to you again. Welcome back. Thank you for being with us. Okay, for those that don't know, you were born in Iran. The Shah of Iran, deposed by the Ayatollah Khamenei in that revolution, what was it, 1976 or 7? And Iran has been a brutal, murdering theocracy ever since. What are your sources telling you within Iran is going on there?
Well, Sean, first of all, thank you for having me on your program. It's been too long since we last spoke. Look, in all these years, I've never seen an opportunity as we see today in Iran. The Iranian people are more than ever committed to bring an end to this regime, as the world has witnessed in the last few days. The level of demonstrations unprecedented in Iran, over 100 cities and millions of people on the street chanting death to the dictator, an end to this regime. And by God, it is about time that Iran gets its opportunity to free itself from a tyrannical regime.
I saw reports on social media and video on social media. You can't confirm it, but it looked pretty real to me. Maybe you can confirm it for me, of police on the roof of police stations laying down their arms, showing solidarity with the protesters. Are you getting reports? Is that accurate? And do you have any intelligence that that Ali Khamenei is, in fact, does he have a plan B to go to Russia?
Sean, one thing that is significant, and I would like to draw the attention of those who have followed what happened in Iran nearly half a century ago, the role that the bazaar, which is the traditional bourgeoisie, plays in Iranian politics. And today we've seen unprecedented scenes in the Iranian bazaar of merchants and joining with the protesters. And it has been my strategy to call upon the military personnel and people, the armed forces, to lay down their arms and join with the people, to be part of the solution, to be able to have an exit strategy we offer them as a national reconciliation. We see that quite evident. And this is very important because when you're facing an extremely brutal regime, and when we think of the post-collapse stability of a smoother transition, it will be impossible without the tacit cooperation and collaboration of the military forces. The fact that they have heeded my call, and I've sent them another message of clarify your position, you're either with the people or stand vis-a-vis them, we are beginning to see more and more defections. I launched this campaign about 6 months ago. We have received tens of thousands of applicants who would like to join. It's not just limited to the military and paramilitary forces, Sean. It also includes the civil bureaucracy, people who are working in government ministries, all of them be part of the solution that will end up bringing this regime to its knees. Now, as to Khamenei's status and whether he's ready to bail out, who knows? But either way, the regime is crumbling and is very close to collapsing.
What part of President Trump dismantling their nuclear program do you believe played a part in this rising rebellion, number one? And number two, are you planning to go back to Iran? You have not been there in many, many years. It was 1979 when the Ayatollah came back. He was in exile in France at the time. Do you plan on going back? Do you plan on having free elections? Have you thought about it?
Sean, at the call of my compatriots, I've stepped forward to lead this transition from this tyranny to a future democracy. My role is to help my compatriots achieve that goal, to bring about a peaceful end by means of a national referendum and a constitutional assembly. I'm impartial as to what the ultimate result will be, so long as it's a secular democracy. I've trained all my life to serve my nation. I'm there to serve and help them achieve that goal, and I'm more than ever ready to step in Iran as soon as the situation warrants itself, and I'll be there among with my compatriots to lead the ultimate battle.
Reza Pahlavi, thank you so much for being with us, and I pray for freedom for the people of Iran. We're not at war with them.
When you look at what's happening in Iran today, and when you listen to voices like Reza Pahlavi speaking with Sean Hannity, you sense something deeper than politics. You sense a turning point happening in Iran. And he isn't speaking as a pundit, analyzing headlines. He's describing a society that is simply running out of ways to continue as is. And very often in history, that's where real change begins. Iran is an ancient civilization. Its people are creative, they're educated, they're deeply proud of their heritage, and yet they live under a regime that has drained the economy, that has silenced dissent, that has exported fear beyond its borders. The currency collapses, prices skyrocket, jobs disappear, hope becomes a luxury. And when a government can no longer provide dignity and security or trust, it loses something far more important than power. It loses legitimacy. And that's why so many Iranians across cities and generations are willing to risk everything. They're not protesting for ideology, they are protesting for life, for the simple right to breathe freely in their own country. So when Reza Pahlavi says that the regime is on the verge of collapse, a miracle, he's describing the logical outcome of a system that's hollowed itself out from the inside. And so the question then becomes, what would such a collapse mean for the world? Here's where we need moral clarity. A collapse of tyranny, if guided wisely and patiently and peacefully, can open space for something much greater. It can allow a great nation to rejoin the human family, not as a threat, but as a partner. It can mean fewer proxies fueling wars, fewer weapons pointed at neighbors, less hatred taught to children. It can mean a Middle East where cooperation becomes imaginable again. It would not solve every problem, change never does, but it would release a people who have been trapped between fear on one side and despair on the other. And when a nation discovers its voice again, the entire world becomes a little bit safer and a little bit more hopeful. Our task, watching from afar, is not to cheer for chaos. Chaos helps no one. Our task is to stand clearly and calmly with the people, not the regime, to champion human dignity, religious freedom, opportunity, and peace, to support Iranians not as pawns in geopolitics, but as fellow human beings longing for the same things that we all want: a future for our children, chance to live without fear. History has taught us profound. Regimes built on intimidation eventually collapse under the weight of their own lies. But people, ordinary, courageous people, endure. So let's pray that when change comes to Iran, it comes with wisdom. May that change come very soon. And let it come with wisdom and with restraint. And let it come with leaders who build rather than destroy. And may this moment, fragile as it is, become the beginning of renewal, not only for Iran, but for the entire region and ultimately for the entire world. If you like this content overall, hit that subscribe button over there in the corner. We'd love to stay in touch. Take care.